It's the after talk.
After talk.
It is the after talk.
I'm meeting after Crossroads. What's up? After Crossroads.
It's the after talk, y'all.
It's the after talk. What's up? Hello, and how are you doing? Welcome to Onward Presents our meeting at the Crossroads Music Series, After Talk. Now, the After Talk is where we actually get a chance to go back a little bit and focus in on some of the interviews that we had earlier in the year with some of the artists. So sit back, relax, snap on the seatbelt, do whatever you got to do, grab some popcorn, because we're about to get nitty gritty and get a little bit around the edges of things, if you know what I mean. Christina Haddad is known for her sentimental yet powerhouse vocals. She has been a professional singer since 1999, and for a few years, she has been a headliner in many burlesque shows, performing weekly as a feisty showgirl in conjunction with 15 live artists on stage.
أحبني 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 حياتي اخترتها قراراتي اتخذتها عمري كله فني أحبني.
The last year was the major turning point for Christina's career, as she released her first single in Arabic, and she's currently focusing on her next second original release. So I'd love to say to her, hello like before.
امرأة أنا بشرحي أغني امرأة أنا بضعفي أغني أعيد لك دلوعا أخذتها حملتها بصمت لتستردها امرأة أنا بجرحي أغني امرأة أنا بضعفي أغني أعيد لك دلوعا أخذتها حملتها بصمت لتستردها حياتي اخترتها قراراتي اتخذتها عمري كله فني أحبني.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand, and the creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the souls for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside of corpse and shell. The demons squeal in sheer delight as you they spy, so plump, so right. For although the groove is hard to beat, it's still you stand with frozen feet. You try to run, you try to scream, but no more sun you'll ever see. Will even reach from the crypt to crush you in its icy grip. The foolish stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly grooves from every tomb are closing in to see your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mortal can resist the evil of the thriller. Y'all survived through Halloween or what? Happy November, y'all. October is gone. Gone. I know y'all Libras are like, baby, please don't go. Whatever, it's time to go. That balance and trick that y'all try to do to scales is over. It's November time, y'all. Scorpio season. It's just crazy. The year is moving fast, but not fast enough. 2020 needs to get gone anyway. It does need to go. But it is moving fast, man. It was just yesterday. It was March. It depends. It depends on what mood you're in, what it feels like. Sometimes when you're going through the heartache of this pandemic and the COVID situation and the missing of money and jobs and work and everything like that, and, you know, entertainers and performers like myself not performing on stage, it seems like it's been forever. But when you look at that calendar, you're like, damn, we almost out of this piece, almost out. Well, folks, welcome back to After Talk. After Talk, After Talk, After Talk.
After Talk.
That's right. We're going to talk your ear off. No, not at all. We're just going to inform you of new artists and new people that we've talked to. Like I said, this is the spinoff show from our meeting at the Crossroads, where we interviewed a few artists during the pandemic about what they were going through and their trials, tribulations, their journey, their outlook on this whole situation and how they are affected during this time. And one of my old friends who I have not seen physically in about 20 years, I think, maybe 20, 21 years, when I was a kid, a wee bit. When I was a young boy, I had visions of things. Now, her name is Christina Haddad from Lebanon, Beirut. I visited there when I was young. I actually was young. This is no joke. I was doing the European tour of hair. We did Europe, and then we bounced over to the Middle East, and that's where we ended our tour. So I had the pleasure of meeting her and a lot of other talented people. But when I met her, she was not anything more of a production assistant. I don't even think I knew that she sang. And if I did, it was one of those things like, oh, she kind of does it as a hobby. You didn't think much of it. But this girl actually does it for real. She's the real deal. She's the real deal. And she's making a good living of doing what it is that she does over in the Middle East, over in Lebanon and other surrounding countries and areas. We're going to get a chance to ask her a few questions about herself, the things that she's going through, in the year of 2020, some of her past experiences, get a chance to hear a few of her songs, some things that she's recorded, some things that are out right now, some things that she'd done before, television shows, radio, whatnot. I mean, she's steadily performing, I think, weekly, maybe 2-3 times a week. Still, I know she's been off a little bit here and there during the pandemic, but she's still making a living doing this thing. And, like a lot of us have had to do these virtual performances or whatnot. She's done that as well. And I think she might have been doing a podcast or a radio show or something. Actually, I know that she was, and I actually ended up flaking on it a little bit. So my apologies. I'm glad she came through for me, and I'll owe her one. I definitely owe her one. But we are back. Me, Darren Lorenzo, your host, and my co-host, Bruno Diaz from New Jersey. How's it feeling up there? What's the weather like?
It's been going up and down lately, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it's kind of, brother don't know what to do, man. It's like you wake up, it's like 40 degrees. It's time to take the trash out. It's about 50. You come back, you go back out and get a little fresh air. It's like 65. Then a little bit later on in the afternoon, it's about 75. It gets up to about 80. And then it does a clean sweep of a drop when the sun goes down to about 50 again. You name it. Whatever you got in your closet, you have it ready and just laid out for the different sections of the day. But Atlanta is Atlanta. And it seems like we're doing another shutdown, y'all. Well, in some places, I know Europe is doing a shutdown, and some other countries as well as the Caribbean. America needs to shut down. That's really the only way you're going to get rid of this beast is by shutting things down. Literally, like actually doing it. But, we're so cocky. We're so hard-headed. We want to do things our way, and everybody has their own beliefs. Some people think that this is a conspiracy. Some people think it's not real. Some people think they're playing with the numbers. Some people think this thing is something that's made up. Whatever the hell it is something, and it's been hurting and killing and making our people sick. So we need to take this thing seriously, try to abide by some of these rules, I would say. Yeah. So my drink of the week, as you know, I always like to talk about my drink, has been not much. I mean, I did bourbon, I did Knob Creek. I kind of jumped off of that and jumped over to some Four Roses bourbon lately. I had a IPA. Been on the IPA thing again. I was on the IPA really heavy earlier this year and last year, and I'm jumping back on the IPA again. From Atlanta, Scofflaw. That's one they're making Northwest Atlanta. The brewery's up there, but it's my IPA of choice these days, especially if I'm down here. And that's what I've been on. I would ask Bruno what he's been drinking, but I'm sure it is
good old number 7.
Exactly. Nothing changed. Yeah, man, I'm just giving him a hard time. But yeah, man, we're going to move on and try to talk to Christina because I haven't seen her in years. So it's hello like before. It's like, pick up where we left off, type of thing. So going to see how she's doing and hope you guys enjoy.
وقت غروب الشمس واقف على البحر بعيد عمال بحكيله واشكيله واشرح واعيد فجأة لقيتها وكنت فاكرها عروسة البحر خارجة من المية وطلتها أقوى من السحر لما شفتها قلبي دق 3 دقات الطبلة دخلت لعبت جوا دماغي حاجات لما الرق دخل قلبي رق وحنيت طب اعمل ايه رحت انا غنيت امتى الحب طال قلبي ولا في الخيال عودك ده فيه يتقال موال ويا عيني يا سيدي على الايام لما تهادي قلوبنا غرام فجأة يهون كل اللي فات.
So, what's up? How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
When did you first start performing? I'm not sure. As a kid, or was it later on in life?
First of all, I started performing like 22 years ago within the show of a Lebanese crooner in piano bars and the most spotted, renowned places in Beirut. I've always loved the stage and singing. I started singing in karaoke places at the beginning, as everybody that loves to sing. And then little by little, it became more professional, and I got paid for it.
Getting paid is good. So you basically started singing or performing, rather, a little bit after I met you. Because I met you, I want to say about 22 years ago. The 20th anniversary tour of Air in Lebanon.
There's a road from Vegas to nowhere, someplace better to where you've been. A coffee machine that needs some fixing, a little cafe just around the bend. I am calling you. Can you hear me? I am calling you. A dry wind blows right through me. Baby's crying and I can't sleep. We both know the change is coming closer, sweet release.
Okay, so you started about 22 years ago, a little bit after I met you, or around the time that I met you. Before that time, or during that time, did you have any inspirations, any music inspirations, singers you looked up to, people you looked up to, role models, or someone that led you to this career or industry we call entertainment, showbiz, that is?
Concerning my music inspirations, each period has artists that inspire me to do more and more and better and better. But when I started listening to music, I was really inspired by big voices, large-scale female voices, like Sade, Shirley Bassey, Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, Tom Jones, all those big voices and big ballads.
Oh, okay, those are good inspirations. I mean, big voices, but as well as seems like you were attracted to a very sultry and jazz sound, that big band sound, or that big industry sound. Alto, it's a lower voice for the woman, and maybe the tenor, the higher voice for a man. Seems like some of the things that you were drawn to.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
It's so crazy this time that we're in right now with the pandemic and COVID-19, countries and cities and states being shut down, but also being reopened only to go right back to a shutdown or a close or stage one or level one, whatever they want to call it. During this time, and I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, we've pretty much been in this position since March. So I guess between March till now, what have you learned about yourself during this pandemic? Have you noticed any changes or how you're affected by things on a daily basis since the start of this whole shutdown?
Well, during this pandemic, I have learned to be a little bit more patient and a little bit more to take things in a calm way during stress. I tried my best to be positive, stay positive, and think positive for the future. I hope so.
I mean, with everything that we've gone through, it's very hard to stay positive. But the fact that you've been successful at that, I have to applaud you because I don't think everyone can say that during this time. It's been very hard. Everybody's affected by this completely different than others. And everybody deals with things completely different than others.
He left no time to regret, kept his quiet with his same old safe band. Me in my head high and my tears dry, get on without my guy. You went back to what you knew, so far removed from all that we've been through. And I tread a troubled track, my odds are stacked, and I go back to black. We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to her, and I go back to us.
We've had the pleasure listening to some of your songs up until now, and we'll probably listen to some more before this interview is up. But you prepared a song for us live without any special effects or microphones or sound equipment. And we would love for you to share with us that selection. This is Christina Haddad singing Hallelujah.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Faith was strong, it needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Wow, that was beautiful. I love that song, and your voice sounds so great on that. We only have maybe another question or two to ask. If you don't mind sticking with us just for a second.
Dance me to your beauty with the burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward town. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love.
So what are your favorite styles of music? What type of music are you attracted to? What gets you going, or what do you like to sing? What do people like to hear you sing?
I've always liked blues and soul songs, and I was really always attracted to songs that makes the heart, hurt a little bit. I like these songs, and I like songs with stories, and I like artists that relate something while performing, not only the beauty of the voice and the technique. I like soul in music.
Okay, I understand. I get you. You like the soul of a person, of an artist, whether it's soul music or pop music or whatever. You like the innermost, let's say, essence of that particular person, that singer. I get you. Makes sense.
أصابك عشق أم رميت بأسهمي فما هذه إلا سجيات مغرمي ألا فاسقيني كاسات وغني لي بذكر سليمة والكمان ونغمي أيا داعيا بذكر العامرية أنني أغار عليها من فم المتكلم أغار عليها من ثيابها إذا لبستها فوق جسم منعلي ليل ليلي ليلي يا ليلي يا ليل يا ليل ليلي ليلي يا ليلي يا ليل أغار عليها من أبيها وأمها إذا حدثا بالكلام المغمغم وأحسد كاسة تقبلن ثغرها إذا وضعتها موضع اللثم في الفم أغار عليها من أبيها وأمها إذا حدثا بالكلام المغمغم وأحسد كاسة تقبلن ثغرها إذا وضعتها موضع اللثم في الفم أغار عليها من أبيها وأمها إذا حدثا بالكلام المغمغم وأحسد كاسة تقبلن ثغرها إذا وضعتها موضع اللثم في الفم ليل يا ليل يا ليل يا ليل ليل يا ليل يا ليل يا ليل.
So last question for you. What would you tell your younger self if given the chance? Or what advice would you give a younger artist or someone that's just starting off into the business? What would you say to them? Just a little bit of sense of encouragement or lifting their spirits up.
Well, I've always said it to myself first and to others to always be yourself Always do what you're convinced of doing. Be sharp in what you want in life. Sleep at night proud and never ever apologize of who you are.
That's nice. That's nice. This has been a pleasure. Definitely not a chore. This has been really good catching up with you again.
Oh ma douce France, pourquoi s'acharner, tu recommences? Je suis un être sans importance. Sans lui, je suis un peu paro. Je déambule seul dans le métro. Une dernière danse pour oublier ma peine immense. Je veux m'enfuir, que tout recommence. Oh, ma douce France. Je remue le ciel, le jour, la nuit. Je danse avec le vent, la pluie. Un peu d'amour, un brin de miel. Et je danse, 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 danse. Et dans le bruit, je cours et j'ai peur. Est-ce mon tour, bien la douleur? Dans tout Paris, je m'abandonne et je vole, 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 que d'espérance sur ce chemin de ton absence. J'ai beau trimer, sans toi ma vie n'est qu'un décor qui brille, vide de sens.
Well, we would like to thank Christina Haddad for sharing her time and her talents with us. I know Bruno could probably attest to this, or at least agree with me that that's that sound that we hear from a lot of guest entertainers on the cruise ship. That big sound, that cabaret sound, that burlesque. Welcome to burlesque. It's a wonderful voice, and still send prayers out to Beirut after the terrible disaster that happened there a couple months back. We just want to send our thoughts and our prayers out to Beirut and Christina with her friends and family, just hoping that they rebuild as soon as possible, hoping they heal. But all in all, I really love this episode. It's really cool. A different take on things, a different spin than we normally do. Wouldn't you agree, Bruno?
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah, thanks to Christina. And, of course, once again, my counterpart, my co-host with the most, the audio guru himself, Bruno Diaz, on the ones and twos, on the wheels of steel. You know, all the nodules and the turning of the... Yeah, okay, I'll shut up. But you know what I'm saying. You make it sound good, and I really appreciate that. Speaking of sound, what did you think about her accent? The accent, I loved it. I love the way that she pronounced certain things. Yeah, I was like, I can really get with that. Well, this has been another interesting episode on After Talk. And I think after all of that, it is time for a nice adult beverage, a drink. How you feel about that? What you drinking, Bruno? I don't even know why I asked. Just set myself up. Jack Daniels, the
Nectar of the gods, baby.
The brand ambassador himself.
You may not be guilty, but you never can possess. Tell me what you need. Welcome to Burlesque.
Well, on behalf of Onward Productions, we'd like to thank you for hanging out for our meeting at the Crossroads, After Talk. Now, your attention and time is much appreciated, and we look forward to having you checking in for more later on. Remember, success is only an arm's length away. Stay safe, stay home if you can, and if not, keep practicing social distance with a healthy and cautious way of life. Upward and onward, folks.
After talk. What's the haps? What's the scoop? What's going on? After talk.
It's the After Talk.